Hi, Julie Torrens here. What a day. But let's get started. I was invited by Patty at Patty's Paper Designs or Paper Creations. I will link her. I was invited to join a hop. Now, I'm not in the actual hop because that was planned out, and it is, people that have been assigned every day this month. This is April 2024. But she invited folks that might be interested to just do their video and use the hashtag. So that's what I'm doing. And the hashtag is, think about it. It's hashtag give a scrap. Yeah. So I am working in my journal that, well, I guess it's kind of a journal. It's a catalog that I've been making master boards in. And I was getting ready to put these scraps away. This needs to be done in neutrals. These are the scraps from when I made Valentine's. So we're in April. This was obviously, I think, the end of January. So I thought, okay, this is how I do scraps. Rather than put them away, I'm putting them in this book. So I'm just using my glue stick over here if you can't see me. And I'm going to just start gluing these scraps in. Do I sound winded and do I sound excited? Oh, what a day, friends. What a day. So what has made my day so exasperating? Well, let's start out with, isn't this pretty? Let's start out with laundry. I got up early, not early for me, but you can't do laundry where I live until 8 o'clock in the morning. Our laundry places are tucked in amongst all the different apartments. And so there's only 2 machines in each little laundry room. But for me, just me, that's plenty. And I enjoy being able to do 2 loads at a time. So it's fine. So I go there. Well, to back up a little bit, one of the machines in there was down for a long time, like a month. And they decided to replace it. But what they replaced it with was a very crummy machine. That's all I have to say about that. It is smaller. It doesn't have anywhere near the selection of different, well, what do you call it? Like the different, the delicate and heavy duty and all that. You can't select the water temperature. It does that for you, which is something I don't really like. But I just had a little load of delicates, and I thought, okay, well, this machine is smaller than the other, same cost but smaller, and so for my little delicate load it was going to be fine. So threw my delicates in there, and then in the good washer I just threw my regular load, which is primarily my uniforms plus other stuff, and off I go. It's 8:30, so I'm feeling really happy. I'm in there early, and then I'm going to get that done. The whole process takes about an hour, hour and a half, because, to wash, to dry, all that. So I go back. Now the machine that I'm not crazy about, where I put the delicates, it's done earlier. Yeah, the cycles are shorter as well. It's done earlier than the other. And we get notifications on our phone. You pay on your phone. It tells you, when it's time to go get your laundry, which is nice. Can I fit this here? Oh, good job. So I go to pull my clothes out. They are sopping wet, dripping wet. Oh no. So I think, well, you know, this machine hasn't been here that long. And I thought, well, you know, delicate cycle, maybe it doesn't really spin. So I just left everything in there, and I went ahead and put it on permapress. This paper that this is on is very absorbent, number one. Oh yeah, look. It's a super absorbent. And why isn't my glue coming? Oh, it's that kind of day, you know what I mean? You've had your pin in there, and you're not goobery on top, so let's have some glue. There we go. Say it like you mean it. So, oh, this is just not sticking at all. So I went ahead and did that. In the meantime, the other load gets done. So I'm going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. I'm thinking, good, you're getting your steps in. Be happy. It's a choice. Don't be upset. Be happy. So I go back. Now the other load is fine. I put it in the dryer, but when I opened the door to the laundry room, I could smell burning rubber. And I'm like, ugh. And yes, the load, what, can I spare this? Ugh, let's just not play with that. It still is just wet as ever. So I go to the office. Well, now we can report all this on the app, but this company and this whole thing has not been very great. So I went right to the office, not that far. And I told them my sob story. And to top that off, I didn't even tell you this part. When I went in, there was a load of clothes, apparently washed and dried, on the washer I wanted to use, the one that didn't work. And 2 more loads up on the shelf where, you know, most of us like to put our laundry baskets while we're waiting for our clothes to get done. So I took a picture of that. Went to the office, gave them my sob story. She came immediately and bagged up those clothes. And some of those clothes, I've been there for 2 weeks. I know they have. I didn't say anything before now because I was thinking, oh, what if they're in the hospital? What if something happened? But for heaven's sakes, that's a long time already that we're doing without. I guess I'm not very patient, but anyway. Now I have to redo again. So that little delicate load got washed 3 times. Can you believe it? And you know, that's not free, but I put in my requests again through the app, and it immediately refunded me 1 load, but it's not going to refund me that many loads, you know. So I sent them an email with my sob story, and hopefully I'll get that money back. We'll see. I just want them to credit my wash account that I have that you manage on your phone. We'll see. But anyway, so that was my morning. Laundry should have been done, like I said, an hour and a half. And it wasn't done for like 3 hours. Oy, oy, oy. So then what? Well, my printer is telling me it's low on toner. Okay, it's about time. So I go to HP's website because I found that there is no way to buy it through Office Depot, Office Max. They got all the same prices. But when I click on it, it's like, oh, savings day and blah, blah, blah. Well, no savings on for me. But I go to order my ink, and I forget what happened. But I ended up doing one of these assist things, and you're talking to a virtual person or whatever, a computer. And I get that all straightened around. Oh, I know. Because when I clicked on the site and I put my what my make and model of my machine is, it's still giving me all these choices, including those little ink cartridges. Now I get these big toner cartridges, and so I'm just like, what in the world? So I get the assistant to make sure, because for me to order my 3 colors plus black, we're talking almost $400. So I don't want to waste my time and get the wrong stuff. Does that make sense? I hope so. So I get that straightened out. I pay for it. And then she says, now we have a program. And it can be as low as $1.99 a month. But it's a way that you can get your ink automatically, or your toner automatically sent to you. And the way it's done is because our computer, our printers are online. And so you just hook it up with this program. When your ink is low, it takes that money that you've been paying and you get your ink. And it, you know, all in all, it's supposed to save you. Well, anyway, it sounded like a good deal to me. Because again, even if I saved $15, I'd be happy. So I went to sign up for it. I even put in all of my payment information, everything. And what happens? Boy, I should have been using this in more places. Well, because this is all kind of the same level of pink. Okay, so what happens? Well, when I get to the very end of this, and that's this, okay, it tells me that my machine, my printer doesn't qualify. And I'm like, what? Why? Are you sure? So I go back and I do the whole assist thing again, talk to a computer again. It hooks me up with a person. And, they want the serial number. They want this and that. Well, you know, the serial number, you know where that is, on the back of the machine, up against the wall. And my machine's heavy. So I go in there with my phone camera to try to get a picture of the back, because I can't lift that thing. I can't set it on the floor and no, that's just not going to happen. I get the serial number, and lo and behold, yes, they do not, Insta Ink is what it's called. They do not support my machine. But I said, my whole thing is, I just put all my payment information. I don't want that being taken out of my account, you know. No, that got straightened out. Now, this was not a slow process or a fast process. This took a while, but I got that straightened out. So I've got my toner coming in a day or two. Free shipping, yeah, well, with $400, I would hope. So there. Now, it is about 1:30 in the afternoon. Got up early, got to the laundry early, all that. And as far as I'm concerned, wasted a bunch of time. I don't think I put any of this on. Well, let's do that. So now you've heard my sob story of the day. And you know, when it's your day off of work and you've got plans, like I've got plans to be with you, I don't like other things taking up my time. Do you? Of course not. Nobody does. I seem to have I see. I have an extra lid. But I see I've got 2 of these. 2 of these glue sticks open at the same time. That's okay. 1 for each hand. put this here. Oh, that looks pretty. That's just a place that didn't get, it's the paper, but I got a little spot right there. Do I have a little piece? I don't think so, but I'll put this one. So, how are you? Oh my goodness, my goodness. Then of course, right when I get started to say hello, the lawn guys are right here at my door. And I just thought, well, if you hear some noise, you hear some noise. I can't keep putting this off because I want to be with you. So there. And there's my scraps. Now, I've got another one. So for those of you, and I have enough pink to do another pink, but I know you don't want to see that again. For those of you who make digitals, and I know there's some of you that do, I've been working on making some digitals. And when you do that, you print to check it out. And I've got these prints that didn't quite print right. It printed with what I did, but it did not. I needed to work on it more. So I thought, if you remember, I think I'll save that because I can use it on the back on one of these neutrals. More scraps. If you remember, I did where my printer needed a cartridge, which I put in, but the printing was off. The colors were off because one of my toners was too low. And so even though it wasn't right, it was fine to chop up like this and use as collage. So I did. So that's what I'm doing with this. I'm just going to use this as collage fodder. I think I'll just cut this right here. And it's basically blue. So I just grabbed a few other blue scraps to put with. And we can start layering this up. And I'm kind of excited, I hope you are, to see how it comes out. Do you know what I mean? So, extra strength glue stick from Elmer's. This is a new product to me. I've gone through already one stick. I expect the sticks to go faster because they're smaller. But I got quite a few of them. And so far, so good. We'll see. But it's white and my table's white. So to try to, there we go. I want to get it to the edge if I can. Okay. Now I've got more. So it'll be fun to see what this looks like. Because the one that I did before was from Joey Cardmaker. I did end up printing it out properly. Haven't used it yet. But it was a freebie from him. But it's beautiful. I think the ones that I took were called, the ones that were on the free, I think they were called something like collage papers or something like that. So, okay, this, I'm going to cheat because it's such a tiny bit that it didn't slice off straight, and I want to be able to, tuck it in. Yeah. So I'm excited just to see what this turns out like. I know Tina over at Shabby Dabby Doodah, she makes digitals, printables. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous stuff. Go over there. I'll link her channel. But she has a .com, but as last I knew, all of her printables, or this is from PM Artist Studio, they were all on Etsy. And it's shabby-dabby-doo-dah too. So don't ask me to spell it for you now because I can't. Sound it out. That's what I do every time I look it out. S-H-A, you know. Yep, that's what I do. Terrible speller. Always have been. So what's on your desk? And if you were going to do a scrap challenge like I'm doing, what would you do? I mean, the first thing I think of, so far I'm liking it. The first thing I think of when I'm thinking about scraps is collage. But I do use scraps when I'm making ephemera. I bet you do too. Sure enough. Boy, those machines are really something. I hope they're not being caught by my microphone. You want your voice caught, but sometimes it seems to catch everything but. That's okay. All right, we're doing good. We're doing good, I think. What's this? It's another piece of these folks, but it's nice and straight. Let's put them over here. So what I'm working on is a printable or a digital that I want to make an urban garden journal. And you know, if my videos start to slow down a bit, I'll keep updating in my community page what's going on. But I only have so much time to devote to my whole art thing, be it making YouTube videos, working on pages like this when no one's looking, just all that. All right, I saved some blue, just some plain blue. This is from a package of things that I got from PM Artist Studio, a little kind of kit that I won. And one piece is just more beautiful than the next. But I used a lot, but I've got these scraps, and again, why sort them and catalog them? When Gail Agostinelli did this, making it in a catalog, she used some kind of a booklet that came from Medicare. I'm using this catalog because it was, you know, the right size, and it was let's see. See, I've got this. Is it really? This is going to be eventually a prayer journal. I don't think it's blue enough. I'm going to set that aside. Sorry. Now, I obviously have enough of this, but let's see what other blue I've got in my little stack here. Now, this was from Happy Mail, and I've had it for a while, and I just thought it's time to use it. You know, it's just like you can't keep storing stuff. And if I haven't used, I've used a good portion, but I still have some left. And the pieces were small enough to put in my scrap bin. So I'm sorry if I don't remember who gave this to me, but I love you, whoever you did. And if it's you, let me know in the comments. Let me hear from you. Love it. Now I think I'm tempted to put some on without the printing showing, you know, just variety. I like that. I'll just chop it in half, and then I'll use two of them facing one way and one facing the other way. How about that idea? Looks kind of like tie-dye. I wonder how she did it. It's really pretty. Oh, I did this one again with the pictures. Well, that's all right. That's all right. Pretty stamps. All right, now So what are you cooking for supper tonight? Yesterday I made myself a big, generous salad. And kind of like in the same gear of this, I had a few leftover tomatoes, a few leftover radishes. And so this is a really nice corner piece. So I just threw all that in my salad. And I'm talking like, I don't know, practically a mixing bowl. But it was my whole supper. And it was delicious. Oh, I've got this piece. Little butterflies. Let's put it somewhere. It's got enough blue going on. Maybe put it here with those butterflies. Now this is going to be all cut up, so the left side's not going to know what the right side is doing. And that's fine. Good, huh? Okay. So, do you remember what the hashtag is? Because I know a lot of you that watch my channel have your own channels. I'm thinking. Let's see. Think, Julie, think. Give a scrap. Hashtag give a scrap. And again, I will link it, or I'll put that in the description. Hops can be fun. They can be fun to watch because you see so many variations on a theme. And that's fun and it's good. You know, it keeps us and our minds kind of thinking in different directions. You can get really inspired. Put this right. What about, okay. I need to go that far. All right. Sticking already. It's quite some glue stick, huh? I don't know what I'm going to do for dinner tonight. It's cool today. It's only going up as high as 55. We've had some warmer days. We've had some rain. It's kind of damp, very breezy. But I'm just thinking, if I'm going to cook things on the stove for a little while, like chili, you don't want to do that in the summer when it's really hot. So it might be something I'll do tonight. And I can even freeze some. And then if it is really hot, it will be fine. All right, let's not cover up so many scraps, right? Here or here. That will be fine. There we go. There's a shimmer on this. And I think this came from even though I had put it in that scrap, well, in that package of goodies from that I won, I think this is mine because it's on Amazon packing paper. And I haven't run into anybody yet that does that. If I put that there, there's just a little bit showing. What else do I have? That's blue. Oh, for these butterflies. Yeah, this is a small piece. I know they're close together, but that doesn't matter. We're going to cut it up. Did I make it too small? Of course I did. Well, let's see if this one. Oh, smaller. Okay, well, that's the way it goes. We're putting it on there. And I got a little sliver right there to cover up. We can do that. Yep, little sliver. Okay, I'm glancing in the trash to see if I threw away something blue that's just real tiny, but I didn't. Found some white, though, that I can use on the backs. Okay, well, you don't want to be here while I'm fishing around looking for that. What about this? What about this? Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so I used some Valentine scraps, and I used some practicing or checking on my work. And what am I going to do with it when they didn't come out right? That's what I was doing. Now, I've got all this that I pulled out, if we have time, and we do. This is what I was pulling out of the trash. The white parts that I pulled off of those other prints. So, I wish I could fold this like this. Can I? It's too bulky. And I put some of these sheets in there too. That's not helping. All right, well, slide it over, Julie. Cope with it. Deal with it. You've dealt with everything else all day. Let's put these out of the way. I want my ruler, and I'm going to just move this whole glue book thing over here. And let's work on this. Okay, so I am working on printables. And what I did was okay, think about what you're doing. I don't want to glue on top of that. I was playing for months with the free AI things and watching videos and learning about how to use this artificial intelligence to do images. And you know, it takes a bit. Anybody can learn it though. You can. And I've just been practicing and having fun and using prints that I've made. I'm doing white with white again, so I don't exactly know what I'm doing. There we go. So I'm going to mix it up. I want to use some of the white and some of this. So let's put this on here. So now that I feel like I'm getting a bit of a grip on this, I am starting to, I'm sorry, I'm thinking a 1,000 steps ahead of my talking. I am enrolled now, and it's that Chat GPT, and it has the Dolly, and I pay per month to use it. This is all folded up. And now I've got images that I can put on my program. I'm using what's called GIMP, G-I-M-P. And I guess what would it be, like Photoshop? But it's not Photoshop. But it's supposed to do similar. And it does. So anyway, Photoshop is just pretty complex. And I don't need that level of perfection. Lord knows. I am far from that. So I'm wanting to get some printables out there. Now, don't be offended. I just don't want to do all Victorian. I love it. And I love, even sometimes it's like people are doing the 40s and, you know, things like that. And I like it. I really do. And I'm going to do more of that. I sure am. But like I just did an urban journal. Go ahead and look on Etsy and see what's available for digitals with that kind of thing. Now, I have a theory about what has gone on. Number one, AI's been around for years. And I believe people have been using it for years. And we do have a different style of artwork done with AI on Etsy. We certainly do. But for many years, many years, the only thing that people have used, in my opinion, not the only thing, but what a lot of people used a lot of was what was in public domain. And public domain is older stuff. You know, it's got to be, I don't know, 40 years or more to be in public domain. And the reason why I say that, and, you know, if you know different and I'm totally wrong, go ahead and let me know. Let me have it. I don't care. But I saw the same images on multiple sites with digitals. Like when I did my bee journal and I was looking at all the different bee themed printables or digitals on Etsy, I would see the same bee. I would see the same beehives from one to another. They were manipulated. People did different things with them, artistic things. You know, I'm not saying that it was not good. It was very good. But that is just why I came up with the conclusion that it's some type of source that people are tapping into, where there is in the free domain. So anyway, I wanted something different. Now, I've used AI enough that I can spot it when I am looking on Etsy. Again, I'm not saying it's bad. Heaven knows I'm using it, so why would I think it's bad? But there is a look that I'm also trying to avoid by using different prompts and all that. And I think I'm getting there. I really do. I think I'm achieving getting a bit of a different look so that it doesn't instantly scream AI. There was a guy, oh no, here's my art glitter glue with no pin in it. Well, I'm sure I'll stab myself soon enough. I've got other pins. All right, let's just put this here because I'm covering up a couple of spots. Let's put this one here. Okay, well, you know me. Now that I've discovered that, I can't stand it for too long. I've got to get a pin in that glue or it will seize up. And these are rust proof. You got to get the rust proof pins. Get a big old container of them, because art glitter glue tells you you need a rust proof pin, and they're right. You use a pin that wants to rust and your glue's going to come out brown. It's horrible. Not a good thing. So here we go. Good. Yep, so when you want to know what's on my desk, that's what I'm working on, besides my videos. And I know that I'm going to have to make another journal probably before I get these digitals nailed, because I worked on them the bulk of yesterday. And I think I've got, pardon me, I think I've got 2 of them, 2 sheets ready to go. So it's going to take a minute. That's okay. Now I've got a little space and I see this little scrap. That'll be perfect. Well, we got 2 fronts and 1 back done, and you've been hearing my Tales of Woe. I will get as much info as I can find on this Give a Scrap. And I'm going to sit here and work on this some more. But you've been with me a long time today. You must like the content. Please subscribe. I'm going to be having a giveaway when I hit 1,000, and I am at 960. So we're getting there. We're getting there. And I'm going to be giving away 2 journals plus some other stuff. Hit the like, subscribe. Today's the perfect day to subscribe. And right down here, you're going to see a video that is just for you. And I'll see you over there. Bye now.